Can you hear me now? Hello. Okay. Is it okay? Okay, fine. Hello again. I was micless for 5 minutes. Sorry to keep you waiting. Okay. Hello again. After 5 months, I think it's nice hanging out here again. It's nice hanging out in a bit more positive environment. After the last time we spoke, we were at the highs, I think. So I decided to just cut my time in crypto until things just turn around again. But I think we did a good job navigating through all these hard times, and you can see how crypto Twitter was very split throughout this correction, throughout the run up, and still are surprisingly. So what that can tell us is that the wall of worry is still being climbed. Um, This was a perfect time for us, for me, for you to just clean your following list. Follow those who are respectful. Follow those who are open-minded. Especially this was very important. And just overall, perhaps take a step back and reevaluate mistakes that we've made. Mistakes to not to not make the same mistakes again moving forward. So today we're gonna go through the entire cycle from the bottom to the top. We're gonna discuss what might come, and I'm gonna give you a few optimistic outlooks. Why the thing that we are, and the reason why we're here, is still to come, and it's gonna be probably it's gonna exceed everyone's expectations. So, um, I think we can start. Or, since we're early, we can start with this chart that I've shared today. This is basically an today chart, so I can compress everything. This is others, and the range that I really wanted us to break was the 2021 level. You can see it rides all the way down to the highs here. So why this area is important is because of the interactions that we had. So either we got rejected or sliced through. And since we made a big push here on a volume, this is a very optimistic sign. Um, so some chop is still expected here, but overall we should be moving forward straight from here. Um, I think this was self-explanatory. B- Another a very funny observation was this: both tweets from Capo, tweeting this black swan happened here and here, both retests of the same region. So that was a funny coincidence, or perhaps not a coincidence, however you want to take it. So in the short term, if you if you closely look this chart, I marked the region here. I still left it on. So this was an expected retest. If we got rejected, we get rejected from this one-day breaker that normally keeps us down when we go into this correction. Or should I say correction? This is more of a Wyckoff accumulation. So the breaker that sends up the first automatic rally that rejects and then the bleed down. This breaker is very significant. Same breaker that kept us down here. This one. This is the first obstacle and the main obstacle now that we have to overcome. And I have no doubt that we are going to. Inverse head and shoulders. Oh, I think since last time I didn't, I'm gonna check chat more often. Also, I we have about 45 minutes to an hour because me and wife are gonna watch Bachelor today to just switch off, switch our minds off everyday life. Let's go to Bitcoin and let's discuss the cycle. If anything's unclear, feel free to just comment. Also, if there will be time, I will take in altcoin requests. Otherwise, I'll make a separate live stream just covering those altcoins. Okay, so this is a pretty much a perfect cycle in regards to Elliott waves and Bitcoin. Why? Well, first thing to note is, and we've covered this already. Wait a second. We have one first impulse here. It's, into correction, the second correction, wave two correction in September in 2023. Top last year, of course, in March or April, March, and bottom in August. Fifth wave is still to come. And why this cycle is so interesting is from the aspect that, oh, sorry, we are doing everything. What is it? From the textbook, basically. So this is wave one. If we just go through basics for one last time, this is an impulse. I'm gonna label it one, two, three, four, and five, much like the one we're having right now. If the first correction is sideways correction, or if there's more like a flat correction where we take the highs of the first wave and then we either go below the lows or above the lows. This is called a flat correction, and if we have a flat correction, then there's a chance, more often than not, that we have a sharp correction, uh, as in the form of wave 4. Okay, this is exactly what we got this time around, from the top to the bottom. This was approximately 45 days for a zigzag correction. We had we had a flat correction where we took the highs here. We didn't take the lows, so this was a running flat correction, and it took us pretty much the same time from the highs to the lows, 150 days. So these corrections are both equal in time and price, about 30% each. The reason, oh, okay, so do we how do we connect this to the fifth wave, since we've already breached the supposed fifth wave? If you read Twitter, and I'm sure you have, a lot of people were labeling this as one, two, three, four, five. Um, sorry, five waves up, and it's a valid interpretation, but you have to be a bit open-minded and try to connect the dots together. The easiest thing you can do is just draw five waves and say that the cycle is over. It's not in an invalid assumption, but it's a very shallow one. So, in my opinion, we are doing something extended. So, in a form of an extended wave 5. Time and price are not a scale I'm just drawing randomly. I saw someone being infatuated with the price that I'm having, and these are not goals. But I do have 200k plus for this cycle at least. An extended wave means that the wave that we're currently in is going to extend beyond what it normally does. So if this was an wave 5, which is normally equally in the length of wave 1, we're going to extend it. And the waves should be clear in this wave. So we have exactly that in the form of wave 1. wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 in a wave 5 extension here. Why I'm more certain that it is because it's about half of the time of these past waves. So you can see that these minor waves inside the bigger wave are in uh, shorter in time. They can they can be the same in a drawdown like these two, but normally they are shorter in time. So what I'm expecting right now is a strong push above correction again, like normally what we just had, and push up. And since this is a sharp correction, and what we if we go back and what we said about this one, um, prior times in cycle, this correction could be a flat as well. So like so, and this is logical because normally when we proceed with a parabola that it's hopefully coming here, bullish corrections are typical. So this is the most bullish correction that you can have. Take the highs and don't make a new low, and it can be seen across these parabolas here, here. You can even go to the smaller time frame and check out the run to the 2019, where we had several ones. Another flat correction. This is another flat correction. So in a parabola, flat corrections are common. So this is what I'm expecting. Is everything clear? Hash ribbons flashed by signal recently. Is it something you track? It's not something that I track, but it's something that I put a weight on. If I recall correctly, that hash ribbons never flashed by signal in a bear market. So that's a plus. I don't use it to track bottoms or tops or whatever. Um, when do we expect the top to come in for this next wave? Was a question that I got asked today, when I shared, when in the comments. So this is a one minute. This is an indicator I like to use. I don't normally use indicators, but this is the one I really like, um, in regards to Bitcoin's waves. This is BBW, so Bollinger Band Width. It's basically the difference between the upper and the lower band divided by the middle band. And as you can see, if I get this out, that each time the oscillator moved to the upper boundary, um, it was um, it was an expected top for that wave. So it's not totally accurate. You know, you can see that it flashed here, but it's a good idea to when the wave should end. Another one was here at this top. Then the next one was here. So I'm expecting this one to trigger as well, um, when it's time. This is another something that you can bookmark. Again, this is BBW, BBW, Bollinger Bandwidth. So when this indicator reaches the top zone and when it starts rolling over, then it's a good sign that a range and a correction is about to come. You know, each time we got to that upper border, some kind of a range was due. Uh, okay. So since you all are here because of altcoins, we can tie that together with some charts. Um, I've shared today. Which coin did I share today? XRP? Perv? No. But I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Tel and or CRV or Curve or Algo, XLM, same type. These coins are pretty much the same types. Where it was a since the 2021 top, there was just brutal sideways when everyone was shaken out, and then at the start of wave one of wave five extension, there was a pop. There was a clear impulse, and we haven't broken below. One, two, sorry, two, three, five. This is a minor degree. Um, this is significant from the fact that um, these coins probably should, or better yet, I'm sure that they will follow Bitcoin's extension and finish their cycle from November till wherever the next stop is. Check out my latest post about that. I think it's gonna be obvious. So next type of coin or next type of a chart for altcoins is I'm gonna go with say. I think a lot of you hold say. It's a good looking chart, but it has to go break this resistance. What I have trouble doing is just connecting the dots, how everything will end together. This is the toughest head scratcher that I have at the moment. So if I take a look at this one, for example, I'm gonna go to Bitcoin chart and compare. I often ask myself how this will play out. Because say by itself is a very bullish chart. It was in a clear correction, clear ABC correction to almost to the base of wave one. And if I look at say without looking at any other coin or Bitcoin or whatever, if I look isolate this chart isolated, then I assume that next wave is going to be a big one. So if this next wave is going to be a big one, that I assume it's going to end when Bitcoin is about to end. So this is just randomly. I put this right here randomly. This is wave three. If this is wave three, then I must assume that wave four is next, and it should be about the same length or even longer than to wave two that we've just experienced. And one impulse is left. This is a second type of a chart that we need to connect to the others. This is a very viable scenario with quite high targets. I still remain um, in the range of $3 to $6 for say, but as I said, this will depend on everything else. The third type of a chart is the charts like ADA, where you have two impulses. Minimum target is still there since these lows. And you can count this in two different waves. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, and 5. This one is either a subwave of the third wave. This is one interpretation. So uh, ADA and the rest looking like this have already started their third waves, and they finish again at year end, or something like this. See a long bear market, and we finish it again with Bitcoin. So the thing, if gone to my head, if I have to decide which one I think it is, I think it's the one that we've discussed with Say, personally. Why? I'll explain. Again, this is 1, 2, long, 3, 5, probably into Q1, of next year. And it's because of this chart. This is running through my head for a while. I haven't posted. I've posted it in one daily update. Oh, just what I have index. This one. This is an extremely interesting chart, to say the least. This is a central bank balance sheet, global central bank balance sheet. I'm gonna put a higher time frame, 2 week line chart. You can see clear cycles here. Trend line keeping it down every time. Retest, down, almost retest, here down, almost retest, and we're trending up again after breaking out. So each time there was this backtest or supposed backtest to the trend line. Let's use the Bitcoin's parabola was the first case. Second case, third case, and we've just broken it now. Just in time when we're expecting it, for things to just turn up. You know, again, parabola, again, parabola. Um, and if you've seen, I've retweeted a few times decode jar. Um, I think it's what does it? His oscillator. We can take a look here. And for the record, does anyone else have issues with Twitter? There's no search bar anywhere. So I have to take a look at here. Okay, this oscillator. This is an extremely interesting one, and I haven't seen anyone do this. This chart applies that we are still early in the early stages of parabola. We haven't even turned green on the oscillator. So this implies that we still have about, at least Q4, if not Q1 of next year to finish off our cycle. And we have enough time in that case to finish off that chart that we've discussed with Say. Okay, I'm gonna just browse up comments a bit if anyone has any questions, serious questions. Okay, nothing in regard to microcycles. Funny story. I have to share a funny story. Or funny story. So after dinner today, I went. I had a workout, so I did legs today. And apparently, after the first set of deadlifts, blood was just running through my head. Apparently, I mean, it's a good thing that it does. Uh, but I just had a revelation about the chart that I shared today. The the naked chart. how bullish this is. This is something that is going through my head today, just the whole day. It's an extremely bullish chart. But I was just telling myself how stupid we are, how stupid I am that after all of this, all of the amount that work that I put in, um, and the head scratching and everything, it could all be just undone with one. Like, come on, it can be that simple. Yeah, but I hope it is. So dump it, just to oblivion. This is something that was very happy. I found I haven't shared it yet, but it's something that I said just, oh boy, how didn't I see that before? Um, are there any charts that oh yes, I wanted to share something else. Why these moves are real and why you shouldn't be skeptical. It's something that we've already shared before. And this is others denominated by total 3. So smaller caps denominated with bigger caps. Each time, oh, each time small caps outperform bigger caps, log, the bottom has been put in, and serious gains are about to be made. So this is the chart from 2017 because the total 3 doesn't have much history. But each time the bottom has been reached here on this ratio, here, the bull run began, just as we're expecting it now. If we want to look at oscillators and what they're saying, each time it hit the lower support area, I'm gonna just remove everything. Each time it hit lower support area after an ABC or after a drawdown, it's where the bull run began here. This is an extremely interesting chart, and not everyone is talking about it. But when you think about it, it's pretty logical, since the risk curve is going down to the smallest altcoin. So if small altcoins start outperforming bigger coins, then this means that the risk appetite is rising. And if risk appetite is rising, then the whole industry is going to expand. And if the whole industry is going to expand, that there's a big bull run in front of us. So we have a lot of confluences for this. And why this is the bottom not only of this oscillator, but if you take a look at uh, look at the bottom, this is an inverse head and shoulders. Where's the picture? There's the picture. This is just a textbook head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder, retest. I have anything else? Just a second. Um, I've made comments here, so I don't forget if I wanted to. Okay, okay, we've discussed this. Are there any questions, perhaps? Are you drawing diagonals in your head? Yeah. The thing is that I've gone through all of these patterns emotionally, and they are stuck in my head. It's a curse, it's a blessing. I don't know, but it just hits you. I don't know if you've experienced this or not, but it's something that sometimes I just can't turn off my brain. I'm just thinking in patterns. Okay. Any questions? Bum. Did I forget anything? Okay, we can take a look at one other thing, and I think we'll end soon. Okay, just checking in. Won't have the time to watch live. There is an interesting observation or comparison if we compare this cycle to the previous cycle, and I hope you are with me on this one. It's a fact that we mirroring its, yeah, or at least its start complete. Where have you gone? Oh, this is something we tracked from the top here, from the breakdown, um, and it's been a very helpful fractal. So fractals are one thing, you shouldn't rely on it, but it's the implication what the dynamic that it was happening here. So this was reaccumulation, this was distribution, and this was accumulation again. Same thing happened here. Um, okay, if we take a look at an altcoin from that period, I'm gonna go with Phantom. We're gonna compare one to this one, and we're gonna go with XRP. Right, XRP USD. Um, give me a second. I have to adjust so everything can fit in here. Relay chart. I've looked at this today, I think. Um, these charts, these ratios, oh no, not ratios, but these charts compared to each other are pretty much the same. Where the top was here on both on altcoins, on Bitcoin. The DeFi summer correction in autumn and a big rally into wave 4, wave 3, where Tesla announces they are buying Bitcoin, and wave 5, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and wave 5. Here. This was the same thing. It's not DeFi. In DeFi summer, top was here for altcoins, and then correction later. Sorry. Um, this was all-time high break back then. And as you can see, but after Bitcoin was started moving, impulsing up, started impulsing up, altcoins weren't doing much. Same thing. Bitcoin is impulsing up, altcoins are not doing anything in particular. It was when the first profit taking on Bitcoin ensued, altcoins started moving this period. This was the first big profit taking event, and this just broke Bitcoin dominance, and altcoin season started here. Everyone was crying. It was a Bitcoin season only, that altcoins are dead, blah blah blah. And altcoins just finished their moves in 50 days. It's like less than 2 months. So the same thing I'm expecting, since this is an extension, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, and 5. Much like here, when Bitcoin reaches its third and ending to its third wave, this is where altcoins should start exploding. This is not to scale again. This could be as well. Like so. So when Bitcoin is reaching its wave 3 or wave 5 extension, I'm expecting altcoins to just start surging again and do the same for the fifth extension. And in the meantime, I'm expecting Bitcoin dominance to rise since altcoins still have a lot of work to do to just go through the regions that we've mentioned in the posts, and that just takes time, you know, takes power. We still have to go through all of this. Next level, once broken, is again this level. Uh, okay, what do I think about Verge? Zcash, this Zcash? No, is it? It's I'm gonna be closing the stream soon. Zcash, yeah, this is Zcash. Do people still hold Zcash? At first glance, this looks good. And significant area is these lows, this breaker. So significant area is this. It needs to clear it before any euphoria is about to commence. This is the next area. If you ask me if your altcoin looks good, it does. It just needs a bit time. And Verge is on the, yeah, same thing as Total 3. Rejected and going down. Down meaning up, of course. And the main area is at 60 0.016. So 1 cent. Okay. Again, are there any questions? I've gone through this like it was a sprint. So there are a lot of information I probably missed. In regards to this current price, there are two levels of interest. So interest is here and here. So if you just put line chart, these two tops. Why? Because this is the range that we've been stuck inside. So if a correction here is due, it would only be if we lose these these areas, this range, or perhaps this time as well. But it shouldn't be any problem. It shouldn't be any. You need to sleep sound. No worries. I'm here to worry for you. Because charts look really good, really really good. We just need some time still. It won't happen overnight. Oh, okay. My chat wasn't updating, so okay. Does Aave versus CRV chart indicate that Aave might outperform CRV from now? Let's take a look. So DeFi. Okay, Aave. This is a nice one. Hope it closes weekly above this level. Aave against CRV USDT. Hmm. Tough chart. This is a tough interpretation. This it's pretty neutral in this area. So as long as if it can reclaim this range on a diagonal, then yes, Aave should outperform CRV, especially since this could be an ABC. It was um, finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC. Perhaps. Still think CRV is going to outperform great. Where is your target for others? No targets. Not sharing any targets. Thoughts on BDC miners? I think they should move up alongside altcoins. If I'm honest, I haven't checked Bitcoin miners single time since I started doing TA. So I have absolutely no idea. Uh, H bar. H bar is a chart that I like. So H bar is the same like CRV, same like XRP, Algo, one of Dino coins. Dino. First impulse, second correction into the interest area of I think this is the bi-weekly breaker. So one helpful thing is for you to switch in different time frames and find these blocks of interest and why they are where they are. Because on the different time frames, you get different blocks and different significance of those blocks. You switch on a monthly, for example. Yeah. Okay. Chart. I was looking for H bar that perhaps set a low here. I'm not sure if we get it, since this is a supposed accumulation range, but we're gonna know soon enough. If another low comes here, don't worry. It's nothing to panic about, and we go up. This should be the last trap before the run begins. As I said, we need to grind up first. The road won't be easy. Mhm. What if there is no parabola, no blow off top, no slow grind, but slow grind up? How does it change the whole picture? Um, since this is a wave 5 extension, I'm gonna go Bitcoin again. And I think that the entire cycle, the start of the cycle was actually here. So this was the first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, and this is the fifth wave, and this is an extension, fifth extension of the fifth wave. Um, Endings of the cycle, especially in crypto, are normally parabolic. This was a parabola, thus this was a wave 3. And since we broke below the highs and the lows, this was an expanded flat correction into November of 2023 2022. And the ending should be here. Since wave fives are let's see, the Swift, they produce the most euphoria and are the quickest compared to the other ones. I have no doubt that this is a rebel for them. And another thing or another way to look at it is like so, the same, just like I've shared today. That is here. Have you perhaps seen this post? And the post where Bitcoin follows gold. Mm, yeah, the correlation between Bitcoin and gold is pretty astounding, especially since Bitcoin gold leads Bitcoin. So when this thing stops, Bitcoin normally goes. When? We just have to wait. Again, gold is at the levels in regards to RSI we've never seen for the past, I think it was 45 years. So again, in due time, we just have to wait. Bitcoin heavy, perhaps in short term. Tau. So Tau is a chart that is perhaps indicating to me that correction for altcoins is coming in Bitcoin. Since with today's red close, there could be a divergence forming here, bearish divergence, and the most important area has yet to be tested on the chart. This middle line. If you take a closer look, you can see how many interactions there actually were. So a retest of this area is logical. This is about a 25, uh, less than 20% from here. So down, grind up, back, highs. This would be my uh, desired scenario. Higher time frame, like it looks like say, but it wasn't as weak as say, since say came down to the base with the first impulse. Pretty high expectations for Tau, so Tau is my biggest back. Price prediction for Tau, 0. No predictions. Okay, anything else perhaps? Otherwise, I'm going to watch Bachelor. Croatian Bachelor, that is. I've never been into reality shows until I've met my wife. So this Bachelor and Love is Blind is something, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Okay. Okay, Phantom. What do I think about Phantom? Or Sonic, or whatever it's called. It's in mm, Fatima? Fatima. Hmm. It looks kind of heavy if you ask me. So these lows are in for the taking, perhaps. Yeah. ABC, top. Seems like a triangle forming, or whatever. So, oh, it's gonna have a cross in today's, on 2 weekly, and on bi-weekly time frame. Um, kind of weak, if you ask me, for short term. I personally wouldn't buy this one. But the level to watch was, where did I put it? I remember. I forgot. Here, right here. This is the level. Hmm. Yeah. Psychological level of 50 cents. No, 50 cents. 55, I think. Yeah. H bar top targets. No targets. So, patience. We are here for, at least I'm here for a few years already. So, you know, patience is a virtue. You know what I say? So, thank you for joining. I hope that things are a bit clearer now. I'm gonna catch you on X when it starts lagging, bugging, whatever. And we're gonna write this together till the end. But rest assured, things are going looking great. Again, I'm gonna leave you with this chart. If this wasn't a coin, would you hold this? Yes or no? I personally wouldn't. This is a clear retest and rejection. So take care and see you at the next stream whenever that may be. Bye bye.